Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Our fire alarm went off. Sorry about that. Then when that happens, it means I have to use the breaker to turn off everything in the house. That included my computer. I literally just had to nerf everything in the house. Let me go turn my ceiling fan on. There was a smoky smell, and I was like, oh, I'll go check it out after this cutscene. And then the fucking fire alarm went off. So everything's okay. I'm okay. We're all okay. I hope you guys are still with me. Shout out to Windsock Lurks, another TV viewer, and Commander Root. Commander Root has actually been quite a lurker. He likes to give people views. So shout out to him. I very much appreciate that. The rest of you, if you want to chat, please feel free to do so. I will get Boogeyman up and running in a minute. No, don't worry. My mom was using the oven cleaner, and she didn't quite realize that it was going to kind of fucking do the whole thing. It was just kind of... I'm still living at home, and especially with the quarantine, we got to be careful. So, no, I'm okay. We're okay. I just had to shut that off before it got the attention of the fire department. And we don't need them here when there are other more important cases going on. So hang on just a sec. I'm going to turn on my ceiling fan. Got to make sure everything's okay downstairs. Make sure everything's aired properly. And I will be back. We'll have to repeat a couple of scenes with Boogeyman, but I can always skip those as well. So I'm getting this loaded up. F4. I'm so sorry, guys. This is just a day where real life just doesn't... there's just some days when you try to stream and things kind of go wrong. So, I appreciate you guys hanging in there. Oh, good lord. I have to unplug and replug my controller. Oh, God, it reeks in here, though. Okay, I can do that, but not with my controller. Yeah, I'm okay. Don't worry, guys. I am okay. I appreciate your concern. I'm a little annoyed, but it's also not really my mom's fault. She didn't know this would happen. She's never used that function of the oven before. The oven is relatively new. So, okay. Let me turn on my ceiling fan, make sure everything's aired out properly downstairs. Okay, yeah. Bee's okay. She's spooked. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Bee is okay. She's just spooked. Oh boy. Yeah, it happens. Whew. All right. Don't see Ian. Is Ian here? Doesn't say he's in chat. Whew. Heart was kind of pounding. I was hoping I wouldn't have to turn everything off, but since I've got a fire alarm in my room too, it was pretty much anything with a fire alarm. It's just weird. Whew, okay. Well, now that I've had my scare, let's get back to the actual spooks. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to sub-key is skip.
Sophie, it'll be okay. Stay calm. We'll be fine.
Oh, yeah. Bee will be okay. She doesn't like a lot of the changes that are going on in the house, aka the shit I'm doing in my room. Hopefully that last video saved. Check that real quick. Well.
Whoa! You gonna lift Richard and drop Sophie? You really sure? If the
Spikes break the table,
She
won't be hurt. Let me make sure that last video was okay. I would hate to have to start all over. Okay. It's good. Ba-dum. Oh, bollocks. I have to open the fucking walkthrough again. So, give me a sec. Ay. Okay. Again, I had to open, like, for all of the, for happy ending. Click to show. So, sorry to scare you guys. Oh, boy. Sorry that happened again. It's life. This could have easily happened if I was living with a roommate as well, so, you know.
Lance.
Pull the lever when I say pull. I thought Keith's eyes were bugged out a little bit there.
So no.
Sorry, a little anticlimactic, but we've seen it before.
Lance.
Yeah.
Pull.
Hey!
Mr. Keith! I'm fine.
Glad.
Papa!
Katie, I would not start a fire in the stove. She didn't. She used the oven cleaning. The oven has like a self-clean option. And something just like made it really smoky, and she wasn't paying enough attention, and she didn't have the windows open.
Sophie! Oh, Sophie. I'm so glad you're safe.
Papa, it was so scary.
Hey, you okay? I had no idea you were gonna...
Lance, how's my head look?
Huh?
Those spikes really grazed it. Wondered if they sheared my hair. Did I go bald?
Don't worry, it's still plenty fluffy.
Keith, I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for saving my daughter.
Let's take this elsewhere. Come with me.
Lance, how are those wounds? Are you still hurting?
Katie, I would not do that either. Accident with a candlelight match or blowtorch is likely. I like how blowtorch is in there.
Damn right I am. But guess it's a little better now.
No weird traps in this room. No windows either. Just that one door, in or out. Shouldn't have to worry about that guy ambushing you. I'll go look for the others, so you stay here. don't leave this room under any circumstances.
Keith, will you be alright?
Better than I'd be dragging around a wounded man and a family.
Hey!
What? Didn't I just tell you to stay in there?
What you said before, whatever it was, about civil liberties groups.
Did I say anything like that?
Don't play dumb. You. What do you know? You trying to threaten me?
I felt bad for the girl, no doubt, but you went about it all wrong. Sorry, but I just can't approve of that.
What?
It's your policy not to photograph people? It's not quite accurate, is it? It's not that you won't. You can't. Since you don't listen to what you're told. You don't love scenery. You just hate people.
Why do you know that? I didn't say anything about that. You researched? You got your eye on me?
We're going to find out more what they mean later, so if you're not quite following, it's okay.
Aren't you just some cop? You're not state. How the hell? And that other guy talked like he knew too. What the hell is this? What do you guys know?
Done talking. Use that if he comes for you. His big head should be an easy target. Don't worry, it'll be justified self-defense. No tabloid stardom for you. If anyone, it'd be me. I suggest you come up with a quip for the press. The detective ordered me to, say. Or are you more accustomed to being the press?
Remember, Keith doesn't have a good history with journalists, so his animosity towards Lance is kind of justified.
Well, LK. Back in the room. You should follow their example instead of picking a fight with me.
Okay, here's where we saw earlier. Fight with monsters. Yeah, I figured you were talking about Keith.
Keith, I don't mean to cast doubt, but did Brendan and Stevie really, well...
I saw Brendan get killed, and his body was dropped into the basement. Stevie was alive by the time I got there, but it was too late.
If Brendan, if he is still alive...
Ooh.
Sorry, but I've never met a guy who survived a beheading.
Hey, Mr. Keith? Where's Helena?
You can't say her name either, Sophie. Damn it.
Haven't found her yet.
I see.
Lance is freaked out. So we've got a bedroom. And a bathroom. And Keith checked the place for booby traps. Shit, there's another happy ending thing. Hang on. Boop. Okay. Alright. Well, now that excitement on all fronts is over, on to the next. So, let's go back to... Bollocks. It's over here. Jump over the hole. Seems to be a real guillotine. The edge is rusty, though. Don't need to worry about it then. Painting of a woman holding a severed head. There's a placard underneath. Both pronunciations of the name are right, Helena and Helena, but, like, they needed to stick with one. Because some characters say Helena and others say Helena. So I kind of wish they had coached the voice actors on which one was correct. And been like, for consistency's sake, say Helena. Like, everybody say Helena. Or, for consistency's sake, everyone say Helena. It just kind of, it just kind of drives me nuts a little bit. Ah, Jocana, and I kissed your lips. They had such a bitter taste. Was it the taste of blood? No, it must be the taste of love. As everyone says, love is bitter. Fucking stairs. Swear to God, these are your worst enemy. These are worse than the boogeyman. That's an electrified floor. Looks like a control panel. It's locked. There's a heart symbol on the cover. There are 2 buttons on the wall. I'm gonna press so I can get a saw or a hammer. I want hammer time. Give me that. Let's see. Okay, cool. Sorry, it was telling me I've got a happy end thing coming up soon, so I just need to. I had to make sure I wasn't skipping over it. So, the placard talking about the taste of love being just as sweet is a reference to our statue friend who wanted a kiss. It's a little bit Metroidvania-esque in how you kind of backtrack. To solve puzzles. Give me your tender kiss. Looking closely, there's something deep in the mouth. Let's just see what happens if we try to take something sharp set in the mouth so you can't get your hand all the way back. Oh, I thought that would kill us. Just in case, I'm gonna return to the title and load. I don't know if there's like a trick in there. So. Come on, Keith. That was too gentle for what you did to that. Something came out of the decapitated statue head. Got a key with a heart keychain. And we saw what that goes to. Someone is PMing me. Yeah. Oh, I know what Levy looks like. Katie sent me a picture of Levy from Attack on Titan. She was saying that Keith looks like him. I've never been an AOT fan myself, but I do remember that he looks very similar. I forget when this game was released. Crooked Man was 2012, Sandman was 2014. I can only guess this would be like 2015, 2016. I just love these fucking stairs. Alright. Let's press that switch. Hooray. Okay. Okay, now I'm at a happy end thing. Get the rope from the right room. Go under. Okay, hang on. Oh, I actually accidentally missed this. So let's see here. I need to go back up here. And use the rope. Go down the hole. There's a videotape line here. Got a videotape. Oh! Well, that would tell us where the boogeyman landed. Okay, cool. I just need to watch the tape. Okay, so this is Helena in the guillotine room, which was just upstairs. That explains the hole. He's, here's Johnnying his way through. She's a damn fighter. A large, headless dog's body. I shall grant you your greedy wish. If you want to have two, then that's to get the saw. You don't need it, but it does help you solve a puzzle faster. You get an achievement, actually, for kicking the door down at one point, but I already have it. So I am actually going to go get that sledgehammer right now. It's in the room that Sophie and Richard were hanging in. So we go with this away and over this away, and it was on Sophie's side. Okay, so this one. The green circles were an indication of where to push, but I am indeed using the guide on how to do it. There's a loud sound in the distance. That will open it up for the saw. Oh boy. Okay. Haha! Give me that. Because our hammer broke. So, it's not necessary to complete the game, it's just a bonus thing, but it's nice to have. And I know I'm past my time, but I'm going to keep going a little while longer due to the interruptions. And also, because look at our sweet boy here.
David, get up.
Keith? Where is this? Shirley? Keith, Shirley, where's Shirley?
Settle down and answer me first. What are you doing here? What happened?
I think... Shirley? She's sure taking her time. Shirley? Shirley, what happened? Hang in there. Ah! I don't remember anything after that.
Well, yeah, you got clonked on the head pretty hard, honey.
All right.
Brendan and Stevie are both... You're kidding, right?
I don't make jokes in such poor taste. Lance and the Grundlers are hiding out in the safe room. I thought you'd have been kidnapped too, but I guess not.
So Shirley was gone because...
He must have taken her. Trying to bait you, I'll bet. Wonder what he's plotting.
We have to hurry.
I'll take you to the others. Stay put with them.
No way. I have to go find her. She's my wife. I have to.
Listen to me. You'll only get in the way.
I'm going, no matter what.
I made the same kind of noise Keith did because I was trying to say trust. Trust him. Keith, he's a fucking pro. Now we have David. Yay! You probably already guessed that if you saw these. David is actually a pretty consistent party member throughout the game. He's a very good foil to Keith. So if you don't find yourself not liking Keith that much, don't worry, David's here. Let's see. All right, cool. Just making sure everything was good. Katie, yay, David. Sweet boy.
How could you dodge that?
Why couldn't you?
You could have told me duck or something.
Your fault for coming along. This is exactly why I told you to stay put.
Okay. Yeah. There's actually a lot of fan art of that scene of Keith just like putting his arms out to the side and dropping to one knee, and David with just egg on his face. Again, I'm using the keyboard because the controls are a little slippery on the controller, but I don't want you guys hearing the clickety-clack constantly if I can help it. There's some sort of control panel set in the wall. Kick apart. Keith's greatest weapon are his feet. There are eggs in the case. There's a knife in the case. I'll take that. And there's an iron ball in the case, so if I'd stepped on green or red, death. And yes, I did accidentally make that mistake my first time through. Nope, okay.
Oh no. Looks like I've been cornered by Mr. Detective. Back to the wall. Nowhere to run. It's like the end of a chase scene. Straight from a movie.
He's gonna get meta as shit again.
Now let's see. You'd be Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman. So I'm John Doe?
Where'd you take Shirley?
Hey, are you the guy that kidnapped Shirley? Where is she?
Ah, so nice to see you, David. Can't help worrying about your wife, I see. Worry not, you'll meet her very soon. Sooner than you think. So then, here I have a box. Surprise, a gift from me to you.
Oh, what's in the box? What's in the box? Every Let's Player has made that joke. I can't resist. Katie showed me 7 for the first time, like, last year. I know. I've gone that far in my life without seeing it.
I'd like David to open it, if possible. I'm sure he'll be stunned. Well, anyway, you two, take your time and enjoy the present.
So, Boogeyman seems to know a lot of, like, really hokey tropes that are still getting to people. Blood drips from the box and it has a raw odor. We gotta open it.
Wait. Don't. If you open that, don't open it. Please. Stop.
Don't worry, it's not your bitch.
Thought so.
God damn it. Who does that asshole think he is?
Calm down. Don't let him rile you up.
Come to think of it, Keith, Helena's okay, isn't she?
Haven't found her yet.
What? But, I was sure that... I mean, you seemed so...
Seemed to what?
We have to find them. Quick! Shirley and Helena both.
The dog's head is in the box. There's something else in the corner. Got the chapel key. So yeah, that was a blatant Seven reference. Boards are nailed to the door. Okay. So this is not the way we go. Iron door, it's locked. I bet you we use the chapel key. I'm saving here.
Shirley!
Hold it.
Hey there, it's the dynamic duo again.
You!
Stay back. He's armed.
Ooh, I'm shaking. David? Oh, are you mad, I wonder? Sorry to tease you back there, but I know how it feels when you don't know if a loved one is safe. It's truly distressing. Now, don't look behind you. But David, oh David, you're demanding something you can never have.
Remember how I said there's dialogue in the at the end of Crooked Man? How there was dialogue that explained why Shirley left?
You know everyone will always leave you, so why do you struggle so?
These direct references were giant gut punches to me, and part of the reason I love Boogeyman so much. This directly goes back to Crooked Man.
What are you saying? Get away from Shirley, now!
Very well, I will open your eyes. Men are always led astray by women. This is what the evil ones deserve.
Get back.
Shirley!
Now watch David think super fast. Bucket of water
Hey.
through the flames. He's good.
David, can you untie the ropes?
No good! They're too tight!
Luckily for you, I've got a knife.
David, use this.
Shirley! Hey! Wake up! Shirley!
Well done, David. I knew you'd leap right in there. How you holding up? Good? But boy, I just don't get you. You oughta just dump her, the same way her parents dumped her. She never needed you for anything anyway.
Huh?
Once a loner, always a loner, David. Two loners getting together to feel secure. Pretty hollow, don't you think?
That can actually be a good base for a stable relationship, but alright.
Here I thought you'd know the sorrow of needing someone to lean on and the bother of being needed. But you and her, it just doesn't work. You're abandoning her. What do they say again? That's right. Like father, like son.
Shut up!
Oh well, if you won't take my advice, then let death do you part. I'll make it a dramatic one for you. Might as well. I'll be taking my leave then. Wouldn't want to disturb you two having a hot moment.
Alright. We gotta fucking get the hell out of here. And help them. Yeah, all of these, this does actually save you time. Because you can kick the door down, but it takes significantly more time. You do get an achievement for it, though, and you can still do it. Control panel, we want to turn the water pressure up. He came from. It's a ladder, but you can't seem to get down to the chapel from here.
David, can you make it to the ladder?
No way. The flames are too much.
Stay there. I'll take care of them.
Okay, So we bought some more time. And light from the flames comes through a crack in the wall. We got a fire axe. But yeah, there's more Crooked Man references where that came from too, if you felt like you got sucker punched by that. Because I certainly did. And I knew it was coming too. I still kind of feel it in my bones. A little bit in my bones.
Are you hurt?
I'm fine, thanks. But Shirley isn't waking up.
Only fainted. Let's carry her to the safe room.
Shirley!
David, where am I? Your arm, it's burnt. Are you okay? What happened?
That was some seriously awesome quick thinking by David, though, dousing himself and running through the fire.
I'm glad you're okay.
Oh, you sweet boy.
What's wrong? What? I see. All that while I was out like a dunce, huh?
But what matters is that you are safe, Shirley.
Same to all of you. So the only one who hasn't been found is...
Helena.
I'll go find her. Don't leave the room.
Wait, Keith, I'll go with you.
Oh?
It's not safe for anyone to act alone at any rate. What if something happened out there?
I'm telling you, don't.
But...
Don't you ever forget your duty. What is that woman to you? You're gonna leave her to come with me? Get a grip. You have to protect her.
Good point.
Shirley?
Except...
I understand.
Sure,
I just have to beat the crap out of that bag-wearing weirdo if he comes by, right? Simple enough. Be careful out there, David.
Except for Shirley's a certified badass.
You do that, Shirley. Let's go.
Hey,
Keith. Find Helena quickly. Please.
are you stupid? What are you even thinking?
I'm not stupid, but I am thinking. Yeah, I'm uneasy when I don't know if Shirley's okay, but I know she'll be fine there with the others.
You've got a tough wife.
Hell yeah, he does.
Yeah, I usually lose when we get in fights, too.
I know, David. I know.
So, what about Helena?
I don't know.
So yeah, Shirley was abandoned by her parents, and I will say this, in one of the bad endings, Shirley actually does confess to a character that she once met a woman who was so glad that her son had found someone. So David's mom. She's talking about David's mom, and David's mom told her essentially that, like, everything was essentially very scary, and she didn't, if she wanted to run, she wouldn't blame her. Things like this could be very scary. Marriage. And if if Shirley wanted to run, David's mom would not blame her at all. And Shirley ran. She was scared because she had been abandoned before, and since she saw David's kindness as indecisiveness, she thought that he might abandon her as well. And so she left, and then she regrets leaving because she never got to say goodbye to David's mom, who was so kind to her. And that was it was a huge insight into Shirley. That made me, like, when I look back on the ending of Crooked Man, it does seem kind of slapdash, but like they put that in there. Like, you already put this in here as a very good, like, this game is very good at developing characters further, and so is the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man does a good job with developing Keith even more, as well as David and Sophie and the others. Like, yeah, spoiler, they're all there, but like they're the main three. Of course, they're going to show up. You know, this Strange Man universe keeps building on itself. So, but yeah, you actually have to get one of the bad ends to get that insight on Shirley, and I thought that was very realistic, and I thought that was very very cool of Yuri to put that in there, and that's why I stopped like getting kind of bristly about Shirley getting back together with David. Sophie's got nothing.
Would it be alright if I came with you too?
No. Look after your daughter first.
Yeah, Keith is right.
Is your head okay? You look like you got punched out.
It's fine. You just need to look out for yourselves.
You sure it'll be alright to take that baby face with you?
Yuri poking fun at David.
Ask the babyface to his face.
What does my face have to do with it?
David, you are the cutest. I can't. I love him so much. He's literally the best character. Okay, let's see. All right, we need to go. I'm hitting another happy ending. So we've got a quick doorway. So the boogeyman ran right past the safe room, which is pretty fucking spooky, actually.
Don't tell me. You're going to walk along those?
There's no other path. Don't like it? Leave.
Come on, David. You've done this before. Now, if you try to go back...
Don't come this way. You're going to make me fall.
You get an achievement for that. But yeah, David is essentially here to be a foil for Keith, and he's a very good foil. You right, David? Okay. Alright. Let's see. Into the first door. Okay. A music box. Dance to the piano. Let's play it. Got the music box key. There's an old diary on the desk. It's a diary with girly handwriting. Remember, this does have a pretty shitty history. We are going to get into that a little bit. Father gave me some wonderful presents today. A clown doll, a music box, and a grand piano. He said the three are part of a set. The doll laughs if you turn its key. Today one of the servants was singing a song in their savage language. I decided that rather than tell Father, I would ask what it meant. It goes as such. The sun shines on the mountains, and the wind blows between the trees. The wind rustles the flowers and glitters from the moonlight. It may be uncivilized, but I must say I'm exceptionally fond of it. I was bored today, so I asked one of the servants 4 of their names. They were profoundly bizarre. I could never hope to remember such names. Apparently his name had the meaning of flower, but he wouldn't tell me what the others meant. How impertinent he was with me. I took offense and decided to tell father. He was rightly enraged. How dare he teach such vile words to my darling daughter, he said. This morning as I stepped outside, a strong wind blew, and along came the head of that servant from the other day. Without thinking, I said to myself, how dirty, and kicked it away. When I told father of it, he had the head burned at once. He supposed it may be good fertilizer for the fields, but a head that speaks such an uncivilized language, I would think not. So, these people that were dried flowers that were taken advantage of, essentially, and used as slaves, Yuri, I think, used the Cherokee as inspiration. Okay. Enter the large door at the end. Okay. Okay, yeah, I need to check the corpse. So that's why I saved before I came in here. I'll go check on David in a minute, but I have to keep doing this. Use the music box key on the piano. Open the cover. Open the top. There's a switch on the interior frame of the piano. Press the switch. Now, if we didn't check the corpse, we could use David's lighter, but it doesn't make too much of a difference. The painting is hanging out like a door. There seems to be a room inside. You think the chandelier's gonna fall? Oh, goodness. Hi, Bubba's. Sorry, my cat's here. You okay? Yeah, if you hear her collar, she's a little scared, so sorry. I'm just giving her some pets. The fire alarm scares her a lot. There are old toys on the table. A large clown doll. Fuck you. There are old toys on the shelves. Oh, she's purring. Painting hangs on the wall. A poem is written on the frame. I am not going to pronounce that because it's French and Katie will get in my shit. Pierrot, I'm guessing? I'm sorry, Katie. Pierrot, my laughter I have unlearned. The image of radiance dispersed. Black waves the banner upon the mast. Pierrot, my laughter I have unlearnt. Oh, return to me, soul's veterinarian, snowman of lyric, your lunar highness. Pierrot, my laughter. Bookcase is mostly storybooks. Now the page. Scrap of paper. After the performance last night, the poor little man strolled out of the town to the lonely courtyard. The wreath of flowers on Columbine's grave had already faded. There he sat, and what a study for a painter, with his chin on his hand and his eyes turned towards me. He looked like a grotesque monument. A Puccinello on the grave, strange and comical. If the public had seen their favorite, how they would have applauded and cried, "Bravo, Puccinello! Bravo! Bravissimo!"
Hey, detective. Up to your silly profiling, it seems. Say, why don't I try doing the same? You're always carrying a little box with you. A precious little black box. A treasure trove of all you hold dear. Don't you notice the smell from that box? You know what it is, don't you? Do you think you're better than me? Do you want to kill me or befriend me. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Who do I pray to straighten out this crooked tongue?
So that was fucking creepy and weird. It's not revealed unless you get a bad ending. The box is Keith's house. He considers it a box of treasures and memories. Corpse tied to a chair looks like it was shot in the temple. Alright. Let's go check on David, and then I gotta close a door.
You okay?
Or a window.
Sorry, I just felt kinda...
I don't expect you to be unfazed by a sight like that. Sorry, I couldn't tell till I got close. You know, that corpse was strange.
Strange? How so?
The other servants were found dead in what looked like living spaces, but this one's way out here. Not to mention I found this on the floor.
Ammunition? So they were shot?
All the others were caught unaware and stabbed. This one was tied to a chair and shot in the head. Seems it was a struggle to the bitter end.
Sorry, my cat is being ornery. Like trying to chew on my cords. Knock it off. Knock it off. Stop.
Is this just for show too? I think we get the idea by now.
I'm not too sure either. But yeah, it's odd that he'd use a gun. I wonder why that is.
Damn it. I should be able to figure this out. God, this feels awful. I feel like I'm missing something. Something I should realize with some thought, but I'm just not noticing. My brain just hasn't been working lately.
Why's that?
I guess because I'm not enough of a man to solve two problems at once.
Oh yeah, you can put the key in there, but it's more important for the grand piano. Nothing happens. The fucking doll tries to move when you... 16th evening, Puccinello. I know a Puccinello, the moon said. The audience rejoices whenever he appears. Every movement he makes is so comical that it brings roars of laughter in the house. The theater was his ideal world. If he had been tall and handsome, he might have become a great tragedian on any stage. His soul was filled with all that was heroic and great. Still, it was his fate to be a Puccinello. His very sadness, his melancholy, heightened the dry wit of his sharply drawn face, and aroused the laughter of a vast audience, which lustily applauded its favorite. The last page of the chapter is torn out. We found the last page, and it was how they would have been proud to see him. Bravissimo. That's where we found the music box. Yeah, and you can't go back. So that's why I needed to make sure I got that beforehand. Alright, really quick, I need to go close a window. This little stinker isn't allowed in full windows anymore after an escape last year, and the house has stopped smelling like smoke. So, hang on just a sec. It won't take but less than a minute. I am back. Sorry about all the interruptions, guys. I just needed to... I opened that window to air out the house a bit, and my cat had a grand escape last year. If you are a close friend of mine, you know about that. My cat has her window privileges revoked because she will just push the screen off its hinges. Or not hinges, but she'll just push it open and flee. If an asshole cat comes and bothers her. So, alright. I'm gonna need to... Yeah, sneaky bee indeed. Giving her mother heart attacks. Alright. Sorry, I needed that open for another reason. There's a chessboard on the table. Yeah, it scared the crap out of Friend in the morning. I did scare the shit out of Katie, in particular. I scared all three of my good friends in the chat, Chris, Trisha, and Katie. But I scared Katie in particular. After I found her, I called Katie crying, going, "We found her!" And Katie thought that she died. But I was so relieved. There's a chessboard on the table. These guys don't kill me. Painting hangs on the wall. There's a small engraving on the frame. Unless they are on the battleground, the foolish soldiers shall not move an inch. Soldiers. And lined up in their camps, gladly stay put. Even the gatekeepers will sleep on the job. Okay. So you get to see a just absolutely thrilling puzzle. Shit. Well, there. Okay. Okay. So how are you guys liking the game? This is how I'm gonna fill this dead air. What do you guys think of Boogeyman so far? Ah, Katie and Trisha love. Are you guys liking it better than Sandman? Chris is enjoying it as well. Katie likes it better than Sandman. That was a resounding yes. Much better than the Sandman, yes. Yeah, okay, you guys all agree. See, Sandman is a lot of people's like second favorite after Crooked Man. I think Crooked Man is definitely the best, but Boogeyman is my second favorite, like for sure. Okay, I can always just do that. Oh, good lord. It's very hard to... Cool, I'm glad you guys are enjoying this one. So, I'd planned to go until 8, but do you guys want me to keep going a little bit more just as a kind of a treat for, and as an apology for everything kind of getting funked up with my double interruptions? Trisha's for it. That up to you. Okay, well, are you interested in continuing to watch, Katie? Because I can keep going. But you guys are the ones in chat right now, so chat is the one that will dictate whether I continue to go a little bit or not as a little treaty treat. Good lord, you guys. Keep going. All right. Good with you, Katie, to keep going? Just gonna walk around this chessboard with blood on my shirt. Yes, I agree. Okay, Trisha agrees. She's down with more. What about you, Katie? This is thrilling for the YouTubes. Did I save? Just just to be contradictory, yes. I enjoy the sound of walking. All right. A wooden nameplate. I'm not going to even pretend. It's the same walking sound for every game, actually. A scrap of paper. It looks very old. Got a stale piece of paper. Old wooden stool, a dirty plate, a filthy bed, a candle stand, and a grate over a hole. Nothing is inside. Okay, so these were the inspired by Cherokee. They're not like actual. Yuri did not intend them to be Cherokee, but it was inspired by the struggle of the Cherokee people. Nameplate. Wooden stool. Filthy bed. Something's underneath it. Got a stale piece of paper. So let's look at our paper. Alright, we can't read that one. Or that one. Grate over a hole, nothing is inside. Filthy bed, wooden stool, candle stand, dirty plate. Grate over a hole, nothing is inside.
Sophie? Sophie, where are you? Sophie, come on
Richard?
out. Sophie, where are you? Sophie! Sophie, stop playing around.
That doesn't sound good, and we can't solve the puzzle because
Sophie, where are you?
Richard is frantic.
Sophie, come on out. Sophie, where are you?
This is one of the ways you can bad end, by the way.
Sophie,
Release the inside lock. Yeah, so this door is
Richard!
actually locked. Damn it, Sophie.
Keith! David!
Keith David is the name of a very good voice actor. Y'all remember Goliath from Gargoyles? Dr. Facilier from Princess and the Frog? Captain Anderson from Mass Effect?
Do you know where Sophie is?
She's gone?
I just looked away for a second and she wasn't there. I can't find her anywhere. He might have kidnapped her.
Calm down. Start from the top.
Telling such a thoughtful papa just to calm down won't do any good, you know.
Where?
You! Did you take my daughter? Where's Sophie?
Ah, Richard. So scared your daughter will leave this world as soon as you're not looking. Just like your wife was robbed from you by a robber's gun.
Oh yeah, he was Julius from Saints Row as well, playing himself in a parody of a movie scene that starred him. Yeah, Keith David's awesome.
Whoa!
Don't listen to him, Richard.
Your wife was such a cheerful and lively lady, Richard. But the truth is, she was an unbelievable idiot, leaving herself in the care of a useless man like you. But it must have been a happy death. Just one bang, and she was gone. And what a beloved daughter she left behind. You fawn over her so. A real memento of your dear wife, yes. But humans do tend to die so easily, as I'm sure you're well aware.
Stop it!
Calm down, Richard. Don't listen to a word he says.
Oh, poor Richard. Alas, the Grundlers are down to just one Grundler. But don't you cry. You'll be the Grundlers again soon. in hell.
Don't you dare insult my family! What did you do with Sophie? Give her back this instant. If you even lay a finger on her, I'll... You monster!
Richard, settle down.
Well, I guess I'd better go. Cute little Sophie is waiting for me.
Let's head back to Lance and Shirley.
I'm so sorry. I never even noticed she was gone.
And where was she?
The bathroom. Thought she had to take a piss, but she never came back out. So we busted down the door and she'd fled the coop.
You get an achievement for this.
She's a little bigger than a dead goldfish.
It's called Goldfish Girl. Also, damn it, I realized that achievement I don't think popped for saving Shirley. Unless it just hasn't. Let me double check, sorry. Because that's actually a Steam bug. So, and I had to revalidate the files. Did I get it? Rescue Mission 3. No, I didn't. Oh my god. That's annoying. I'll get it on my own time. That's just annoying. Okay, so obviously.
That little brat.
I love Keith's little.
Shirley, you think you can get in the vent above the bathtub?
Way too tight. My shoulders won't even fit. She's small enough that she could have, though.
You mean Sophie snuck out on her own?
You couldn't sneak in through the windows. It's a sheer cliff outside. And I checked the rooms for any weird tricks when we first came in. The rim of the bathtub has marks made by heels, and some dust fell from the vent above. So she must have climbed up on the tub to get in there. That scrawny, delicate girl could easily crawl through.
Nice catch, Keith.
Richard, wait. You can't go alone.
Please let me go. That fiend has Sophie in his grasp. We need to find...
Not yet, he doesn't. He's the kind of guy who puts out corpses for show. If he'd caught Sophie, he'd gladly flaunt it, I'm sure. He must have overheard Richard looking for Sophie and decided to meddle. We'll find her before he does. Come on, David.
And me too.
You stay here. You're out of sorts right now. If you tried anything sudden, I couldn't guarantee your safety.
Wait! Please. You must find her for me. She's my one and only daughter. After my wife passed away, I couldn't look her in the eye for quite some time. But still, she's grown to be a wonderful girl. She's my pride and joy. If anything happened to her,
I do love Richard. Like, Sophie might be kind of annoying, but... Yeah, Richard is a sweetheart, but, Keith...
Sorry.
It struck some kind of nerve with Keith. He did that instinctually. He pushed Richard away instinctually.
We'll find her. Just wait for us.
All right, David. So... Oh, no, wait, we have another way to go. This game actually does a good job of, like, slowly revealing things about Keith. Keith is very complex, yes. Shit, am I backtracking the wrong way? Yeah, that's a chapel. God damn it. It's kind of easy to get turned around here. There's a lot to Keith and a lot to Helena. Can Conveniently placed table. I can only guess, like, Lance or somebody put that over the... There we go. Now back to the puzzle we were solving. And yes, this actually does help Sophie. Expensive looking shelves. There are old cigars and pipes inside. Bookshelves. They hold lots of books. A diary. The tongue in which these slaves speak is so savage I can't even remember a word. I had the servants translate and type some of the words for me. It should do well to sell this dictionary to my countrymen. Since it becomes so boring around here, I suppose I may as well try to learn. For if they should be saying anything impertinent out in the fields, I'll set them aflame on the spot. It's one way to pass the time, I suppose. Thankfully, we don't have to decode this ourselves. What we do is just pull out those stale papers. Comparing the paper with the diary entry, you get the gist of what it says. My companion, I am to enter the dungeon. It is that tyrant's daughter's mouth to blame. I know that my head will be taken off, displayed outside as a warning. I am so sorry I was unable to hand it off to you. Please be careful. Fellow prisoners, we will bear this no more. It is time we stand up against this tyrant. We will fight for our companions laboring on the outside. I have obtained a key that will let us get outside. We will wait until night, enter the garden, and join with our fellows in the fields. We will watch vigilantly and take the castle for ourselves. The four of us will pass the key from one to another each day, in the same order as the song our people know. So, just to help you guys along with this, we go back to the child's diary, and that's why we take it with us. So the song goes as such. The sun shines on the mountains, the wind blows in the trees, the wind rustles the flowers and glitters from the moonlight. Mountain, trees, flowers, moonlight. Apparently his name had the meaning of flower. How impertinent he was with me. So he was the one who was killed. Turns out to be this gentleman. Something is stuck to the back of the grate. Got a key. So he was never able to pass on that key because he was beheaded. We're gonna be passing these guys a lot. I still have the fire axe. These fucking stairs and this fucking hallway. Oh, Lord. A rusted iron door which won't open. It seems to be locked. A valve. Do nothing. Water fills the depression in the floor. Can't really go anywhere in this room. Doggos. A fountain. You can see the drain in the bottom. Let me actually see if I can do this. It's a clue for a later puzzle, but I wonder if it actually lets you do it now. I wasn't following a guide the first time because I just wanted to get the other endings. And these are pretty intuitive. Except for that one, like, record puzzle. That one was bullshit. Yeah, right, Chris? These fucking stairs. I told you. Okay, so that gets the water flowing. And that fills the fountain. Squiggle stairs. Okay, so we heard doggos. Okay, that's a tomb.
Sophie?
Step back.
he's going to axe at a question.
Why did it have to be like this? On our first vacation in ages.
Flashback.
Wonder if Helena's okay.
Okay, this is where the jewel thing in the Sandman is important.
Oh, it's Sophie. Is something the matter?
Why did you marry Mr. Keith, Helena?
Why do you ask that?
Lately, I felt like my heart doesn't ever beat fast anymore. I can think people are great and all, but that's it. I can't get excited about them like I used to. It's like I forgot how to love. David and Shirley get along really well, so I'm jealous. And I don't want to be by myself forever. So I'd like to know why you and Mr. Keith decided to get together, Helena.
You know, love is like a jewel. It's buried deep in a person's heart, and one day you just dig it up. Feelings like love and sympathy can create all different kinds of jewels, though jealousy, anger, and pride can shatter them too.
You have no idea how close you are to the mark there, Helena.
Have you ever found such a jewel?
Yeah, I gave it to a unicorn.
Yeah, but I got rejected.
By the guy I liked, but not by the creepy unicorn.
Don't worry, you'll find it again. I hope you can make a wonderful jewel someday.
I already made it. This fairy has it.
So what's your jewel like, Helena?
Mine is already complete. I don't want to meddle with it anymore. I just want to keep it deep in my heart. It's so windy. Your hair's a mess, young lady. We should get back inside.
No. No.
So, I feel like it's like a lot of my problems with Sophie, and I was saying this at the end of Sandman.
I doubt this goes outside. Must go somewhere else in the castle. Alright.
Because, like, Sophie's spunk is something to admire. Yes, you have to check every single one of these grates. And it is kind of maze-like. But, like, her spunk is to be admired, and, like, some of her struggles were definitely very real struggles. I feel like a lot of this could have been solved, like, a lot of the problems with her acting like a child, if she wasn't 17 years old. If she was, like, 15, you know, it's just that would be... Because, like, we act like children when we're in high school, sure, but, like, as we get near the end of high school, and I didn't finish my thought at the end of Sandman, was that, like, when you're, like, 17, because this was, again, written for an American audience, when you're 17 and in high school, you're sort of expected to have already kind of have an idea of where you want to go in life. Like, you are applying for college, to go somewhere, you've decided to join, some sort of armed forces in some cases. In some of my friends' cases, one of my friends decided to join the Air Force. Oh, light seeps through the grate. There's a room below, so that's where she's going to jump through. So hang on a sec. Let me finish my thought. So by Sophie's point, because this was made to be an American city, an American town, and I don't know if this is something that Yuri knows, so I can't entirely blame the writing on this, but it's a cultural dissonance. Yeah, Marines for me, said Trisha. Yep, Trisha decided to join the Marines and certified badass. Like, we're sort of expected to know where we want to go by the time we're 17 years old. And a lot of us don't, but we apply to college and we take a lot of, or like we take a gap year to try to find ourselves. We go to college, we take courses to try to figure things out. This is a general rule. Obviously, it doesn't apply to everybody. But like, we're sort of, by the time we're 17, we're sort of told, what do you want? Like, we're sort of like, you know, kind of grabbed by the shoulders and gone like, what do you want to do with your life? Like, we're expected to make a decision on what we want to do for the rest of our lives by the time we're 17 and our minds are still developing. It's fucked up. But, Katie, I still have no idea what I'm doing. Me neither. But, like, there's still that idea of, by this time, Sophie would have been applying for a college with a goal in mind. And so the fact that it goes from her being mature and having to grin and bear it because that's what adults do. She's kind of at that age where you really do have to start grinning and bearing it. Like, certain things like putting up with Reagan's bullshit, not okay. You know, telling Anne that she kind of needs to get over herself. You know, like, okay, but like the fact that Sophie reverts to kind of this like freshman mentality, this kind of middle school mentality, is really what bothers me, because it was written for an American audience. And again, I don't know if this was a cultural dissonance. I don't know if you already knew really what was going on, so I can't exactly blame her for it. I know the Japanese school system is very different, but like that really is what bothers me about Sophie's development from Sandman to here. It gets better in the next game, but even then we could have gotten away with, she was, 15 in the Sandman, she's 16 here, and she's 17 in the next game, like, we could have gone through that and it would have been just as believable. It actually, for me, it would have been more believable than she's 18 in the next game and she's suddenly matured, like, well, it's not like suddenly matured, but yeah, Trisha, I feel like she's acting like a complete child, not at all somebody of her age. Exactly. Like, and like the lesson of Sandman was, you don't always have to put up with the bad things. Sometimes it's okay to just have a good laugh, because grinning and bearing it is what adults do. And yes, that's true, but she's 17 years old. She is of the age where she has to start acting like an adult, where it is expected by society for you to act like an adult. Even bratty 17-year-olds that we know will, for the most part, still put on an adult face. I have encountered that in the workforce since I have joined it. In the jobs that I have had, I have met people that put on a professional facade to get a job and then reveal their true colors later. But I mean, the point being, they put on the professional facade. Sophie's not even doing that. Like, if she applied for a job interview with this kind of thing, yeesh. So I feel like
it opened. I can get out here.
I feel like aging her down would have actually been very beneficial for her character, and it wouldn't have made me so annoyed with her.
Ow! That hurt. Glad I'm out of there.
Because she is a good character.
Okay, now I have to find Helena.
Sophie can also permadie here. This can lead to a bad end. If you let Sophie or another character die, it will lead to a bad end. And like, letting her die and letting the other person live gets to a bad end. Letting both people die gets to a bad end. Letting her live and the other person die gets to, like, there's different variations on it. So it was kind of a pain in the ass to get all the bad ends, which is why I did them first. And now I'm going for the true end.
Ugh, something smells funny in here. Is something there?
Hi there, sweetie. You've been a bad girl, Sophie. Why do you want to make your father cry? Perhaps you wish to see your mother again.
Where's Helena?
Sophie, are you mad at me? It's been so long since our last meeting.
What are you talking about?
Don't you remember? We've met time after time in every bad dream you had as a child. I'll take you to the world inside the closet. But first, we need to play some more. Why don't you look after my pets? They're a bit hungry, but they're lively pups. Have fun. Take your time.
Cute little doggies. I'm busy right now, so why don't we play later? Ah! No! Stay away from me, you stupid dogs!
Okay, cool, that pauses them. So if she drops to 30 health or below, she dies. Thankfully, that key gives us an instant hiding spot. You can run around and dodge them, but if you do that, you're fine.
Stop it already! Please, stay away!
And it's... having Sophie die is rough just because, like, you see... There's a CG of, like, her body all mauled. And Richard, like... Oh, God, it's terrible. Richard completely freaks out. He has to be bound and gagged. And he's just despondent. Like, he's lost it. It's very, very sad.
No! Huh?
Huh.
What?
They all suddenly, mysteriously, went to sleep.
Sophie?
Your stalker helped. Yeah, I did a little cheer here for the Sandman.
David! Mr. Keith!
Dogs? Sophie, what happened in here?
That man locked me in here. He sicked those dogs on me.
I think my cat just sneezed. She's under my desk.
Sicked them? They look asleep to me.
No! They were just up and attacking me. Then all of a sudden they fell asleep. It was really sudden. Yeah, they fell asleep so quickly, as if...
You deserve that. No, she deserved it. It's fine.
What were you thinking? Can you even imagine how much you worried your father, you idiot?
I just wanted to find Helena.
Don't give me excuses. I told you not to leave that room. Why don't you do what?
Why don't you do what I tell you?
Keith?
Stand up. Tell me you'll never do anything to make your father cry again. Say it.
I'll never do it again.
Let's go back.
Sophie! Oh, thank God. Keith, David, thank you so much. Sophie, why did you leave the room?
I went to look for Helena. I was just really worried.
And how worried was I when you were gone? Please, don't leave without telling me again.
Mr. Keith. I'm sorry. Thank you for coming to find me.
Don't take your eye off that brat, Richard. She'll be the death of your daughter.
It'll be the death of your daughter.
David.
Why don't you do what I tell you to? Haven't I told you not to play in here? What if a pot or a knife fell on you?
Sorry, Dad.
So, why were you playing around here?
I was playing policeman, and, it's snowing today.
So?
This mat here is white and fluffy, like snow. So...
Do you want to join the police, Todd?
Yeah, I want to be a policeman like you, Dad.
Well. But a policeman has to follow the rules. A boy who breaks rules can't join the force. It's the law.
Well, unless you have connections, right?
Connections? Who taught you a word like that?
You did, Dad.
I love that joke. Keith's like, shit.
Well then, you'll join the force with your connections. That's a lame way to do it.
Lame?
Yeah, some of my buddies got in by connections, but they're all dumb, unpopular, and really lame to boot. You want to be a lame policeman, Todd?
Nuh-uh, I'll be a cool policeman.
Then no relying on connections, or playing pretend in the kitchen. Mom should be back from shopping soon. Let's go meet her.
Okay, don't want Mom to run into any swindlers. Dad and I'll protect her.
Swindlers? And who taught you that one?
You did, Dad.
Right. Well, let's go.
Keith's like, oh shit.
Are we taking the car?
I've got a better idea.
Ow!
Oops, sorry.
Keith, you're gonna give your son brain damage. Katie, cottonmouth.
Keith? What's the matter?
Just thinking about my son.
You have a son?
He's dead.
Waiting on chat's reaction to that revelation. While I try to remember where to go next. Yeah. Trish, I had a bad feeling about that. Yep. It certainly explains why Keith is very emotionally distant. Why when Richard yeah, and why Richard was crying and saying Sophie was so precious. And he just blanked and shoved him away. Maybe Keith couldn't do that. Maybe Keith couldn't cry. And how he yelled at Sophie. Don't say it, Katie. No. I'm saying no. Okay, I've got another happy ending trigger. Yes. Okay, so I have a different way to go this time. And hopefully... check line for comment. Oh, you're a terrible person. If I'm on the good end, if I'm on the path to the good end, the upcoming scene will be different than it normally is. There's a big hole high in the wall, you can't reach it.
David, let me ask a favor.
My neck's gonna break.
Ha!
Hey, quit shaking. Don't you work out at all?
Why are you trying to get up there anyway?
That big-headed freak. He's always vanishing when there's no way out, and appearing from nowhere too. He's clearly using routes we don't know about. I need to learn more about them. This wall's been painted over, so I'm sure there's a path up ahead.
That doesn't explain using me as a footstool. Climb up there and get your weight off my shoulders.
Lance could have worked, but I wouldn't push a wounded guy. And for your information, only 3% of that weight is fat.
Keith is ripped.
So excuse you.
He's such a deadpan snarker.
Toss me your lighter. I'll look ahead. Don't move from that spot. Shout for me if anything happens.
Hey, trusty David's lighter. Hey, buddy, how are ya? It's been a game since I've seen you. Okay, hopefully I hit every happy end flag. Muscle weighs more, you dingus. I know muscle weighs more. There's a small door in the ceiling. Open the door. Remember the boogeyman always comes from the closet? Per the Sandman? Seems to connect to the room where Lance was held. Huh. Wasn't his phone missing? Isn't this... Oh! You do get inner dialogue if you start doing the happy end correctly. I did not get this last time. Let me just make sure there's nothing else in there. Moshi Moshi Manly Days. No, Manly is not calling, sadly. You keep going under. It's not on the floor, it's on the wall. Remember, Keith lost his phone. Or he didn't know where it was. Towel hangs on the wall. A brush and a mop. Detergent. An old man's corpse. The body's decayed and maggots are starting to swarm. It's probably been months. Something's next to the corpse. Got a rusted key. Ah, yes, achievement unlocked. The victims. There's more sewer up ahead. No need to keep going. Rusty iron door seems to be locked from the other side. Okay. Yeah, Katie and I both like Manly Badass Hero. He's a cool dude. The people who have crippled you, you want to see them burn. Although, speaking of Manly's character, Dick Anderson, age 39, job assistant police inspector, robbery murder division, family, wife, and 2 children. The rest has been torn off.
Dick? Don't move. You're under arrest.
Your wifey's got a good butt on her. Really makes me want to chase after her.
Ugh.
Where is she? Where?
Ah, detective. How careless. Trying to take me on in such close quarters. I hate to say such a rude thing to a detective, but not really. Dummy.
Keith, my poor darling. You watched me as I wallowed in the depths of despair. And there you stood, with your back against the edge. Now, it's time that you finally learn. You need pride. You need peace.
Look at Helena's hand, remember? 2 rings.
So go ahead. Take it all.
Damn it, I said Helena. Helena.
But don't you see? In the end, there will be nothing left of you.
So that was the dream Keith had. That actually was a better scene. Let's see. Just making sure. Wedding band, engagement band just never pieced together. No, you'll find out in the Hanged Man what it is. Scrap of paper and an IC recorder. Something scribbled on the paper. You just want to hear her?
Where is this? Who are you? What's going on?
Hello, Miss Baring.
Who?
Call me Boogie, ma'am. I'm about to begin a game befitting such a joyful night. I'd appreciate your participation as well. Run from me, miss.
I'm sorry. I don't know what you mean. Where's my husband? Where am I? Why is that man tied up?
Ah, he's an assistant. He can quickly explain to you how this will all work. If I should catch you, this happens. Understand the rules now?
Now we know why that guy was shot in the head.
Where's my husband?
Somewhere you wouldn't know about.
Where's my husband?
He can't save you. He's in my grasp. It's up to me if he lives or dies. Now run, Miss Baring. The game begins, and I am it.
So, I was on the inside of the cell?
Yep. Ah, ready to be happy. I am locked into the happy ending route. Given someone doesn't die. I got everything I needed to from here.
Thanks for the letter.
Keith, did something happen?
That big head knocked me out cold.
What? No wonder you took so long. Are you okay?
I could have died easily, but more importantly... No, forget it. There was another corpse. I think one of the servants. Been dead a few months.
A few months? Isn't that kind of odd?
Yeah, it is. It's not like he got stuck there and couldn't get out. He was clearly murdered with a knife. What a ridiculous place. I never wanted to come somewhere so shady.
What about it is shady?
Since when are there castles in this country? I thought something was up the moment my boss told me about the castle tour.
Also, the fucked up history.
Then I found out it's the mansion of some European guy from the colonial era, and it's got a history of Native American persecution to boot. You can't open this kind of place to the public. You wouldn't get a tourist trap, you get a lawsuit. The tribes that got persecuted here are still around.
Yep.
What was that Brendan guy even thinking? Guess we'll never know now.
If you were suspicious, then why did you come?
Because Helena wanted to. But had I known it was this bad, no way. I wouldn't want her to learn this kind of bloody history. With a month off, I could have taken her anywhere, but I chose here. And then this happens.
So, it was for Helena. You never seemed to pay her much mind, so I thought you didn't even like her, honestly.
I wanted to pay her more attention, but I couldn't. My subordinate kept calling so much, I couldn't catch a break.
Detectives have it rough. They're still cool, though.
David, bless your sweetheart.
I'm on vacation, so I'm just a plain old guy right now. Come on, let's go.
Oh shit, I may have missed an optional dialogue thing with Sophie. Let me see.
What is it?
Nope.
Something's wrong.
What would that be?
He's not the boogeyman.
That's an achievement called Not the Boogeyman? Yeah, we would know, because Sophie met him.
Don't forget, David.
Right.
Good going. Finding that girl?
Finding people is kind of my job.
Alright. I think we'll call it here. I'm starting to get hungry. I haven't eaten dinner. And I've gone nearly an hour over. And I don't want to... I don't want to give away all the intense stuff that's going to happen, because I did promise you more Crooked Man gut punches, and of course they haven't come up yet, have they? So, again, since I'm doing every other day schedule, I will be streaming Monday night. I'm sorry I have not gotten the Sandman videos up on YouTube yet, or the translation notes or Yuri's explanation for it yet. I will be doing so. I also need to play the Hanged Man, because once Final Fantasy VII Remake comes in, I will be lost to it. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm glad you guys are enjoying this so far. This is definitely my second favorite of the Strange Man anthology. It's hokey and it's fun, and it has really good character development for characters that we've already seen. Like Shirley, we get a lot more on her. Lance is a new character, but we get a lot on him. Lance was surprisingly a fan favorite to Yuri, but he's very well liked for good reason. He's a cool guy. He's a little bit sleazy, but I like him. So sorry about the scare, and sorry about real life getting in the way. It happens. I am not a professional streamer by any sense of the imagination, but I'm having fun with you guys, and that's what's important, and that's what the channel was made for. So, yeah, I will see you Monday at 5 o'clock, Eastern. And as usual, if you have not liked facebook.com/VolsVideoGameValhalla, please do so. If you have not, subscribed to me on YouTube, Valkyrie, you can find the link below to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe. The more subscribers I have, the more I'll actually be able to give the URL its my actual username instead of a random number in generated string. And please subscribe on Twitch if you haven't already. It just means a lot. So yeah, with that, I will see you guys on Monday. Have a good night.